Warning: this video contains improper and unsafe use of power tools, dangerous chemicals, profane language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everyone, and in this video I will be tackling a promised subject, making decals. I finally got a computer that will handle a screen recording software, so let's just get into it with this 1955 Cadillac Fleetwood model. Alright, so the first step of this process is going to be measuring, and I'm going to be measuring an imperial because it's the system that I'm most familiar with. I'm going to be just using calipers because it's the measuring tool I had at hand. Just going to guess on the hood decal I'm going to do that ½ inch. Let's see if that'll work. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to take the measurement of this side. I'm going to just guess that one probably at ½ inch. Let's see. Ooh, that's a little big. 3/16. Still a little big. Okay. 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, I can probably do that. So, what I'm going to do for that is, I should probably determine what length to make these, what maximum length I can make these as well. I have a vision for what I want to do with this car. Now let's take the second dimension. I'm going to measure up to the hood ornament. Close enough, I think. Let's make that a ½ inch square. Okay. I know that would be a quarter square, but I don't give a shit. I will understand that, and that's what matters. Now let's see. I'm gonna try to measure up to this chrome piece on the front, or on the side. That's gonna be hard. And the screen's going off on my camera. Framing, I have no idea what it is now. Close enough. Let's give it 1.5. So, on to the computer.
Right, so we are on the computer. It's taken a while to get set up properly. What we're going to be doing with this vehicle is, I don't think I've put this in the actual main video recording yet. We're going to be turning it into a car in the style of a Pan Am aircraft, which means we're going to be painting it in blue and white. I can't be bothered to paint it the whole underside in chrome, and besides that would look tacky. So the first thing we need to do is find the Pan Am logo for the hood. Okay, it shows up. Fucking hell. Now we're going to click the image that looks the best. That looks pretty good. That's a good size too. That's going to scale down nicely. Now we go into the image editing software of choice. I personally use paint.net. Other people will use other things because paint.net is objectively not the best. It's my favorite, but it's not perfect. So, we're going to expand the canvas. Next step is to obviously create the actual image that you're going to be putting the decals on. So the way you do that is you take the most common size of, well, you first do the highest resolution either the highest resolution your printer will do or the highest resolution that you really want. I mean, I suppose if you really want a pixelated look, you could even do something ridiculous like 10 pixels per inch or something like that. But I don't want that incredibly pixelated look, so I'm going with the highest resolution my printer will handle. That's 480 pixels per inch. And then you make it the size that is the most common printer paper size in your country. That's 8.5 by 11 for me, and that's inches. Now we create that image. Now we're going to resize this logo. Well, first we're going to make it 480 pixels per inch. I suppose I could do this all in one step, but if I try that, chances are I'll find some way to mess it up. So that's a thing. Oh, fuck. Let's turn on maintain aspect ratio, because that is kind of important. Let's kill that. Alright, now we copy this, and we're going to add a new layer and put it in on that new layer. Alright. Next thing we're going to do is find the Cadillac logo from the 1950s. Because, of course, it's going to be more difficult. Hopefully I remember to switch back over to Paint.net after I've grabbed this. Copy image. Now we switch back over. Okay. We're going to paste that in place. Now what we do is grab... Oh, that should be fine. Clear the background as much as possible. Gonna go to 72%, I think. Yeah, that's good. We're gonna put that in there, and we are going to resize that to make it look perfect. 480 pixels per inch, and now what we're gonna do is centimeters. That's gonna be... Oh, right, never mind. Yeah, let's go back to inches. I forgot what I used. I did have a measurement for that in metric. I don't remember what I did with it. So, okay. And just like that, and offset it doesn't care. I don't care. Oh, I hit the wrong hotkey. Okay, let's redo that. Now we're gonna drag it over. Alright, so this is the basic process that I use. Okay, now we're gonna do the more complicated thing. Let's do 900 by 200. Okay. And we're going down, scrolling down, scrolling. I downloaded Pan Am logo text. I should probably grab the color before I use the text feature. Okay, let's grab the proper color. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm creating a new layer for this. Right. So, this time, instead of getting it with the white background, I'm getting it on a clear background because this is a new layer. Now we're putting it in an isolated image, which this one is going to be, again, the 480 pixels per inch. Right. I'm going to make this 3/4 of an inch because that's what looks good to me. I already have the finished decal sheet prepared, but I decided this would be a good vehicle to walk you through the process on anyway. Oh, fuck. I forgot to maintain aspect ratio. This time I remembered. Okay, let's go with that. We copy that in, and we're pasting it in on the layer twice. And that's pretty much it for doing decals.
If there was any doubt left in anyone's mind, no, this video is not intended for kids. In fact, this video would be quite dangerous to kids. Alright, so the method I'm going to be using for stripping the paint off of this car is going to be simple and probably a little, I hesitate to say safer than the actual aerosol paint stripper, but looking at it, it probably is. So, in this cup I have some solvent grade acetone from the hardware store. It's blue because it's also the stuff I use to clean the parts of my airbrush. So, first thing you want to do is get a few scratches on every surface. This allows the acetone to get underneath and actually start working. And my camera just yelled at me for having low power. Okay, I'll get back to you in a bit. Alright, so I've managed to strip the vehicle. Step is the paint scheme. And I'm going to be just spraying the whole thing in an enamel gloss white, which I still have somehow. So the next thing you will need to do, once you reference on the paper, which is on the back here, I just drew a little arrow. Then for the next step, you will absolutely need a pair of gloves, unless, you know, you like decals that have fingerprints all over them. And while I absolutely hate wearing these vinyl gloves, they are absolutely necessary for this step. You will also need a pair of scissors, your decal film, and some masking tape. And what you will do is basically cut some decal film to the approximate size of your decals with enough on the edge that you can tape the decal film to the paper. I'm going to be using clear for the Pan Am stickers, which go on the front, which is going to be white. And I'm going to be using white backed decal film for the license plate and the back logo. And because my camera is running a little low on power, I'll come back on that. So this next step in the process of making decals is to spray over the decals, which I have printed out onto this sheet of paper, with clear coat. And you have to do this because if you don't, the ink will run. And there is a chance, depending on what clear coat you use, that the ink could still run once, or when you are applying the clear coat. But if you are careful, it shouldn't run. I recommend putting a mist coat on the top first, just to set it in. Then do a more heavy coat afterwards. This kind of has to be done vertically because we really don't want the clear coat to pool on the actual decals, because that would cause some ink run. Trust me, I know I have done it numerous times in the past. So, with that, I'll catch you when the decals are fully cleaned up. Alright, so the next step is to apply the decals. Because I am not 100% confident in the quality of the top coating, I'm going to use a method that I initially discovered eons ago, completely by accident. And that's basically to take a wet paper towel and place the decals on, the decal you want to transfer on it, and it will try to curl up, as the Pan Am sticker is doing right now. See, is it moving? Yes, it is moving. Alright, now what we're going to do, we're going to wipe down the area that the decal is to be applied to, just a little bit. Now we're going to just stick the decal on. And ideally we're not going to play with it too much, but as you can see, I thoroughly screwed up the placement. Well, not the placement so much as the rotation. The placement's perfectly fine. Yeah, the decal really went on badly. I don't care. This vehicle has been a comedy of errors. I should have just scrapped it as soon as I messed up the first time with the paint. But I decided that I could actually do a better tutorial on decals if I screwed up. I screwed up too many times without clearing it. So I'll redo it. You have to be very careful with this decal film. I'm tired. I probably shouldn't be even in my workshop at this hour. But well, at least the Cadillac decal isn't too terrible. And the Pan Am meatball isn't too terrible. I'm not going to show the back decals because it's basically the same process as the meatball. Same with the side decals. I shouldn't have messed with those. I'm probably just going to fix it later when I just completely redo the car, because the blue is completely wrong and inappropriate. So I'll fix that. I'll fix the decals when I fix the car, or when I fix the initial base paint. So the next step will be detailing. Alright, so it's finished as it, or at least for right now. It's a mess. I probably should have shit-canned it or shelved it as soon as stuff started to go pear-shaped, which was as soon as I finished the first coat of white, when it fell into a dust bin and got covered in dust and ruined the paint job, and I had to strip it down again. Then I repainted it again. Paint really didn't turn out. Ended up stripping that down again. And now, this time, the paint really did the same thing as it did the second time. I didn't strip it down because I honestly am not willing to do that too many more times. Then the blue decided to not go on properly. It didn't go on the way I had put it on the tests. So I had to rerun all of the test sheets until I got the color right. Then I decided to actually print the decals, and I went through about 2 sets. Didn't show the first set because I thought, well, actually the inks ran on the first set when I sprayed it, and honestly, I wasn't thinking. I deleted that recording off the camera pretty much immediately. So that's a thing. Second set of decals, which I ended up putting on the model, As you can see, they did not go on as easily as decals usually do for me. And they failed. So, between putting the decals on and detailing it, I decided that I was going to detail it off camera because everything that has gone wrong, with the exception of the paint jobs, has been on camera. So, I figured, oh, nothing else can go wrong. Well, the license plate and the Cadillac badge fell off while I was detailing it. I got the Rust-Oleum chrome paint that I use for the chrome all over the model in areas that it shouldn't be. I got red paint on the side of the Pan Am's, or the side with the Pan Am decal that didn't crumple up. So, once I've calmed down from this project a little bit, I'm going to make a video in which I redo this model. And hopefully it turns out better.
Alright, this is how the Fleetwood has ended up. I will revisit it later, but as it stands right now, I just need some time to cool down. So, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.